Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we start, subscribe and share the video. It helps me a lot. Today, we're talking about something that's making big waves in Italy and Turkey. Everything suggests that the relationship between Can Yaman and Sara has come to an end. While the series Sandokan keeps smashing audience records, behind the scenes, it looks like a very different story is unfolding. Breakup confirmed? Italian media say it's clear. The relationship has officially ended. And this time, it's not just another social media rumor. There are public signs all pointing the same way. Can and Sara no longer follow each other on Instagram. She deactivated her account for a while and then reactivated it. They haven't been seen together since October. These are visible facts, not interpretations. The quote that set everything off, a well-known Italian magazine put on its cover a supposed statement attributed to Can. Right now, I'm looking for true love. That line exploded online. Some read it as proof of the breakup, others as a media strategy, and others think it was taken out of context. The problem is that no major outlet clarified it afterward, and Can himself didn't step in to confirm or deny it. Why would they have split up? With no official announcement, theories keep circulating. The most repeated ones are Sara's comments about her ex-partner. People say that created tension, but it sounds weak, since Can has always been clear that the past stays in the past. Can's work focus in Spain. His increased time there for new projects feeds the idea of distance. But he has built his career across different countries for years, so it doesn't feel like a definitive cause. External pressure and media criticism. Can has often said he can live with criticism, but the constant pressure on the couple may have weighed more than we imagine. For now, the truth is known only to the two of them. The strange key detail: they didn't delete photos. And here's the part that confuses people most. Even after unfollowing each other, neither of them deleted their pictures together. In show business, that's usually the first thing to go when a breakup is final. The fact that the photos are still there could mean a few things: a calm, respectful split, a temporary pause, or a distance that isn't fully closed yet. That single choice keeps many fans hoping. Sandokan is still unstoppable. While their personal life is surrounded by silence, professionally Can is having a huge moment. New episodes of Sandokan air tomorrow, and the series keeps breaking records. Production and the Italian press say its success has exceeded expectations, and that Can remains a constant trend in Italy. One extra detail from Italy, and as if that weren't enough, sources close to the couple claim the separation wouldn't be final, but rather forced. There's talk of enormous pressure on Sara, both support and attacks from some of the actor's followers, which may have influenced her decision to close and reopen her account. So the question hangs in the air. Did everything really end? Or did they just need to breathe? Closing. For now, there's no direct confirmation. Only signs, silence, and overlapping versions. Everything points to a breakup. Yes, but the untouched photos and rumors of a forced pause open another possibility. As always, time will put things in their place, and we'll stay alert for any news. May they be happy, together or apart, and may whatever has to happen, happen. When I think about this whole story carried by the Can Demet narrative, I can't help looking at Demet Özdemir with a mix of respect and a certain tenderness. I feel that she, more than anyone, has had to carry a piece of the collective fantasy that was born after Erkenci Kuş. And the curious thing is that fantasy didn't come out of nowhere. It came from something we all saw. Their chemistry was natural, almost bright, and never felt forced. People even said the directors let them improvise and didn't make them stick rigidly to the script, which explains why so many scenes felt alive, so real. I completely understand those who say you could tell they cared about each other, even if it wasn't the wild romance social media loves to sell. There was affection, trust, a way of looking at each other you can't fake. And to me, that speaks well of Demet. When she connects with someone at work, she gives herself honestly, and the audience feels it. But I also think it matters to say this clearly. Demet has been placed too many times in the role of half of a love story that may have existed only as creative and emotional energy, and that's unfair. Because Demet isn't an extension of Can, nor a secondary character in an eternal ship. She's an artist who's built her own path with fierce consistency. I get the sense that she learned early on to separate what happens on screen from what her real life should be. Not because she's cold, but because she's smart. In fact, that's what the comment suggests too. Maybe they weren't madly in love, but they truly valued each other. Some bonds are real without ever becoming an official couple. And sometimes, precisely because they're real, they're protected quietly. Another thing I keep thinking about is how fandom perception shifted when Can started dating the DJ. Suddenly, many illusions broke, and some people stopped believing in a Demet-Can future. And there, I see something that hits Demet especially hard: the weight of other people's expectations. Before, many wanted her with him, imagining the perfect ending. Afterward, the narrative turned into frustration, almost as if she was supposed to wait for him, or as if her own emotional life mattered less because it didn't fit the fairy tale. I can't stand that. With all the pressure on her, Demet has stayed dignified. She hasn't fed the fire or turned every rumor into a spectacle. She's lived her path without having to explain herself all the time, and that takes strength. There's another thing I love about her: the way she keeps a strong public image without losing a sense of closeness. Demet has something rare. She can be a full-blown star, yet she also seems like someone who doesn't take the theater of fame too seriously. Maybe that's why people project onto her whatever they want to see. If she smiles at a co-star, it must be love. If she's quiet, she must be hiding something. But I think that's just who she is: emotionally present and expressive, yet private when needed. It doesn't surprise me that she and Can clicked right away. Both have natural charisma, and when that energy meets, it feels to the audience like they're watching a secret. Honestly, I'd rather Demet remain the owner of her story than get trapped in endless nostalgia. Because one thing is clear to me: she hasn't lived off that past, even if the public sometimes does. She's tried different roles, taken risks, grown, and most beautifully, she's done it without denying what once was. She hasn't said it meant nothing, nor tried to erase Can from her artistic memory. She's simply kept moving forward, like someone who understands that a phase can be wonderful and still not meant to last forever. In the end, my feeling is this: Demet is one of those people audiences try to lock into a fixed romantic narrative because her acting and emotional intensity are so strong. But that same intensity that makes people fall for her on screen is what makes her a huge professional off-screen. For me, what existed between Can and Demet was genuine in its own way. Real affection, real chemistry, real trust. But Demet doesn't have to live looking backward. If they ever work together again, it'll be magnetic. If they don't, that's fine too. She doesn't need to repeat a miracle to keep shining. And maybe the fairest thing we can do as an audience is stop asking her to be the heroine of a story that already served its purpose and start seeing her for who she is today. A woman with talent, character, and a life that belongs to no one else's fantasy.